Given to researchers on campus helps support LGBTQ+ mental health.
Why are gas prices rising in California, and how are students fighting the cost?
And later, find out how a Cal Poly student is changing the lives of those affected by Parkinson's.
Broadcasting from Swanson Studios, you're watching Mustang News.
Welcome to Mustang News. I'm Camila Corcuera. And I'm Callan Hobbin. Thank you for joining us today. Cal Poly students can continue to conduct research to make changes in the community regarding LGBTQ+ health.
If you're from California.
A grant of $25,000 has been given to QCares, a research-based group on campus, to help understand what health services are needed for the LGBTQ+ community in San Luis Obispo.
QCares, which stands for Queer Community Action, Research, Education, and Support. And so that's the program that really connects students in the community to really do the research and get folks to participate.
Better Garcia has been leading students in the research.
We're able to fund some students to do research. We're doing a survey across the entire county to really understand what are the needs of the LGBTQ population. We have a lot of students who are participating, and so I hope more students will participate and tell us about their experiences with mental health care.
While QCares has only been official for about a year, the researchers are already noticing patterns in the community.
In terms of what we're seeing, I think lack of providers is one big issue. Lack of insurance is another issue. The other area is kind of when multiple identities intersect. So what does it mean when someone is a youth, or they're an older adult, or they're also a person of color, and they're trying to find a therapist who understands their experience.
The researchers of QCares are working towards policy changes and program creation through their data.
Really trying to create some change through research, and not just have it be data on a spreadsheet, but really to have it blossom into something more.
Cassie McIntyre, Mustang News.
If you would like to participate in the QCares survey, visit qcares.com. And apparently there's still much more work to be done when it comes to understanding our LGBTQ community. Morro Bay High School head varsity football coach David Kelly has just been fired for making insensitive comments towards LGBTQ individuals. Principal Kyle Pruitt sent a letter home to parents after the incident, apologizing for the unfortunate and unacceptable verbal interactions of the former coach.
On Saturday, a man opened fire in a Pittsburgh synagogue and killed 11 people. Sabrina Pasqua reports on how the Cal Poly Jewish community is coming together to support their peers.
The Cal Poly and San Luis Obispo Jewish community came together at a candlelight vigil on Sunday to honor the 11 lives lost in the shooting at a Pittsburgh synagogue. The vigil was hosted by Mustangs United for Israel, San Luis Obispo Hillel, and Chabad at Cal Poly. Microbiology senior and Chabad president Rachel Cohen says the vigil was important in order to support students and remember the victims.
It was really important to have the candlelight vigil, just to have a space where everyone could come together and see that we had a community there to support them, and that as a group of students and as a campus that we want to remember the lives of everyone that we lost.
Although the shooting took place in Pittsburgh, San Luis Obispo Hillel director Jake Kaufman says that this is an opportunity for the San Luis Obispo community to come together and to learn how to better support each other.
It was the student who gave the poem that first they came for somebody else, then they came for somebody else, and then they came for me. And that's apropos. And very much along my beliefs is it doesn't matter who you are. If someone's attacking you, my job is to help save you and help support you.
Kaufman said that he has since felt a lot of support from administration and sees a commitment to promote diversity and inclusion and to support students.
To see so many of the university leadership there in attendance themselves, whether they were on stage or at the vigil just attending, it meant a lot to me, and it made me proud to be a part of this community.
I just want students to know, especially students in the Jewish community, that we're there for them.
Sabrina Pasqua, Mustang News.
You may have noticed rising gas prices in town, but why just California? Reporter Caitlin Hoyer with more.
If you're from California, you may be used to high gas prices, but lately gas has been even higher, specifically on the Central Coast. Locally, gas has been reaching almost $4 a gallon. The price increase has both residents and students wincing at the increasing dollar amount at the pumps.
It's a lot to fill as a college student. Definitely in California, it's higher than everywhere else. Honestly, SLO is like more expensive than it is at home. I'm from Orange County, so it's even higher than there.
The prices have been increasing due to a rising gas tax. Last year, a law was approved allowing the tax to increase, helping California fund repairs on bridges, roads, and highways. The additional money is also meant to be spent improving traffic and public transportation. On next week's ballot, Californians can vote on keeping or repealing the gas tax. Opponents of the tax claim that the tax is unnecessary. In light of the rising gas prices, residents and students can save money by using alternative modes of transportation.
Since we live in SLO and everything's like a mile away, I'll ride my bike pretty much everywhere unless I'm late or my legs are tired. But it's definitely always a plus when I can ride my bike. I'm like, oh, you know, I could save this little amount of gas, and I only fill up like once every 3 weeks because of it. You get endorphins for free instead of like getting frustrated because you can't find parking and you gotta put $40 in your tank.
Caitlin Hoyer, Mustang News.
And now over to Emily with the weather.
Thanks, Callan. It looks like we're going to get a little break from the high temperatures. I'll have your 5-day forecast and more after the break.
You're doing, Kevin? Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text to emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just...
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Emily Hilsinger. Today is Thursday, November 1st. Today's weather is partly cloudy with a high of 87 and a low of 52. And the winds are coming in at the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Taking a look at your North County forecast, we have San Luis Obispo at the hottest, and that beats out Paso Robles with a high of 86 and a low of 42. And at Atascadero, we have a high of 84 and a low of 45. Santa Margarita, we have a high of 83 and a low of 46. Heading down to your South County, we have Vandenberg at a high of 80 and a low of 51. Santa Maria at a high of 82 and a low of 50. And Arroyo Grande at a high of 80 and a low of 52. Moving over to your coastline, where the ocean will bring in some slightly cooler weather. We have Oceano at 79 and a low of 52. Avila Beach at a high of 80 and a low of 55. And Morro Bay, a high of 81 and a low of 53. And Pismo Beach at a high of 82 and a low of 52. So that's perfect weather to go check out that new renovated pier. Taking a look at your 5-day forecast, we're going to cool it down a bit as we approach the weekend. Today, it's the hottest at 87, but as we move towards the weekend, it cools down to an 83 on Saturday and 80 on Sunday. That's all I have for you. Now over to Olivia with the latest on Cal Poly Sports.
Thanks, Emily. I'm Olivia Bear here with your Mustang Sports Update. After losing their second game of the season at Hawaii over the weekend, the team bounced back Tuesday with a sweep of UC Irvine. The Van Winden sisters led the team with junior opposite hitter Tori Van Winden, recording 21 kills and 11 digs, and senior outside hitter Adley Van Winden recording 9 kills and 7 digs. In the first set, the Mustangs took an early lead and never let the Anteaters threaten their lead. But in the second set, the UC Irvine Anteaters kept it close by pushing the score to 24-23 before Tori Van Winden found room to get the deciding kill. The third set started out close, but Cal Poly went on a 9-2 run and put the set out of reach. The victory puts the Mustangs at 20-2 and #1 in the Big West.
Important because we knew that people saw that we had weaknesses and that we could lose, and so we were expecting Irvine to come out fighting, which they did, and we just had to stay cool, calm, collected, and play our game, which I think is what we did.
The Mustangs will play their next 3 games on the road before returning home to a 2-game homestand. This week, most Cal Poly sports teams are on the road for some important conference games. On Friday, the volleyball team will try to stay hot against the UC Santa Barbara Gauchos at Santa Barbara at 7 p.m. in the next blue-green rivalry match. And on Saturday, the football team try to pick it up its 4th win of the season at Montana State at 1 p.m. Pacific time. You can follow both of these games, away games, by going to gocalpoly.com. And for home games, the swim team will host Pepperdine at Anderson Aquatics Center on Saturday at 11 a.m.
Thanks, Olivia. After the break, find out how Cal Poly students are working to help people with Parkinson's.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I'm Rudy Tempesta. I'm 92 years old. I fought in World War II. Then I came home, worked for the post office for 70 years. I've been getting Meals on Wheels, and I enjoy it. The most important thing about Meals on Wheels is you meet the people, which to me is fantastic. You need people to keep your brain moving. That's what life is about. It's love and having a conversation with people.
Cal Poly students have created a device to help with the freezing of gait. Reporter Summer Sinnott has more.
Deora Devices, a new startup company founded by Cal Poly students, has created a new medical device to help people with Parkinson's overcome freezing of gait. Sydney Collin, CEO and founder, tells us a little bit about her company and what inspired her to create this device.
So it all started with a man named Jack. He's a veteran from the community, and he came to he came to Cal Poly with this problem that he had freezing of gait, and there was nothing on the market that could help him. So we created this device to help him overcome freezing of gait. And once we had a prototype, we showed it off to a couple support groups, and we had a couple big medical device companies reaching out to us asking us for prototypes.
Colin's background in biomedical engineering gave her all the necessary experience to create such a device.
So we just took the most effective audio and visual cues, combined it into one small, simple device that can attach onto any cane or walker.
Her hope eventually is to directly sell the finished product to patients and their caregivers, as well as physical therapists.
Yeah, I mean, really the goal is just to get this device out to the people that need it, right? There's so many people that are getting their independence taken away from them and reducing their quality of life because they don't have a way to be able to walk by themselves, to be able to walk confidently on their own.
Summer Sinnott, Mustang News.
And don't forget that this Tuesday is coming up as Election Day. Thank you for tuning in to us. I'm Callan Hobman.
And I'm Camila Corcuera. Have a